Welcome to the 2021 PLL All-Star Game Selection Show. I'm Lisa Redmond.
And I'm RJ Kaminsky.
Today, our All-Star Game team captains will be drafting their starting and reserve rosters for the 2021 All-Star Game presented by CrowdStrike.
On July 18th in San Jose, California, the adversaries, led by team captain Grant Ament, will be taking on the defenders, led by team captain Blaze Reardon.
Behind us, we have the starters that were voted on by the fans by the All-Star fan voting presented by Vineyard Vines, while the reserve rosters were nominated by their peers.
So, let's decide who should pick first.
Good old-fashioned game of rock, paper, scissors.
Fair. Let's do it.
Here we go.
One round.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Grant's going first. All right, Grant, a ton of talent on this board. What's your game plan here?
There's just a lot of great talent. I mean, and anybody who you pick will make good teams. I've got a lot of familiar faces on the starters and the reserves, so might be leaning towards them.
Blaze, what's your tactic here?
There's definitely enough talent to go around. With the name defenders, definitely going to put an emphasis on the defensive end and also kind of keep some friendships alive. So, there you go.
Very important.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get this thing going. You guys are going to make your first picks first,
Sure.
and then we'll go two at a time. So,
Okay.
Grant, who's your first pick?
That's an easy one. Mr. Schreiber.
Mr. Schreiber. Blaze, who are you taking number one?
Taking my roommate, the guy that shoots the fastest in the league. I won't have to see that. Jared Newman.
All right, pretty obvious choices here, but Grant, why'd you go with Tom number one?
Tom's the best player in the world, in my opinion, and guy that I respect a lot and learn a lot from, and continue to learn from. So, always a good day when we're in the same jersey.
And Blaze, you mentioned he's your roommate, but also he's a threat on the defensive end.
Yeah, he shoots the ball 114 miles per hour, and if he's on my team, I don't have to see that, so it makes my job a little easier.
Perfect. All right, now we'll go two at a time, so Grant, go ahead and pick your next two.
Another easy. Bunk bed boys. Get to suit up alongside them.
So basically, we're starting with the Archers.
Yeah, we have the Archers
What's going on
team
here?
so far. Why Marcus and Will?
They're two of the best finishers, not only in the league, in the world. So, you know, they've done it for years now, and they're like my older brothers, and they're great teammates and friends. So, going to be glad to have them on my side.
Blaze?
Yep, so I'm going to counter that with Brody Merrill, along with reigning defenseman of the year, Matt Dunn.
All right, so a lot of offense, a lot of defense. I'm hoping these next two picks we spice it up a little bit. Grant, who are you going for?
I'm going to stay offensive, so I'm going to go Brian Costabile, suit up with Tom, as well as Paul Rabel to suit up with them. So now attack and midfielder complete.
Very nice. Blaze?
I wanted to pick him first, but he claims to be the wing king, and we all know that's my title, so he's going middle of the board here. I'm going with Lyle and Zeddy.
All right, a lot of Redwoods left on the board here. Grant, who are you taking?
I am going to choose my man Tuck, lead that defense, as well as another big enforcer, Garrett Apple.
How would you describe each of those two defenders in one word, Grant?
They're definitely physical, so they're going to bring the edge, and you know, trained with Tuck a lot in the off season. Another great guy that I learned a lot from and continue to learn from.
Blaze, who are you taking?
Sticking with some wisdom, going with K-Teen, along with former teammate Miles Jones.
Very nice.
Dime man.
All right, Grant, I see one of your very close friends is still sitting right there staring at you.
So I got a question for you guys. I'm not allowed to pick another attackman, correct?
Correct, because you have three? Yes.
Okay, so then I'm going to finalize this out. Finalize our D out. We got Eddie Glazner and then Trev at the face-off X.
Blaze?
Yep, so going with the Rochester boy, TD, get some wins at the X, along with RP3.
Very nice. All right, two left. Pretty easy choices here.
Pretty sure I need a goalie, so
Yeah.
Timmy Troutner is going to be in cage for us.
Nothing personal, he's scored one too many 2-balls on me, so he's gonna sit down here for now.
Blaze, we'll start with you. How would you describe this team, your unit?
Lethal, fun group, creativity. You put these two together, I'm excited to see that ball spin around a little bit, and then obviously adding guys like Brody and Kyle Harrison, guys that I grew up watching, huge fans of them. be around the legends, learn from them, you know, kind of take a couple tips from them and keep moving forward.
How about you, Grant?
I think offensively, we got a lot of guys that can shoot the ball and score the ball. And then defensively, I think we've got two of the more physical guys in the league, along with one of the best communicators in the league. And then Trev, his work speaks for itself, and Timmy as well. We scrimmaged the Redwoods, and he's definitely stole a few from us in that training camp.
Blaze, I have a question for you. In the 2019 All-Star Game, we saw you at attack. Are you planning on jumping in there at all this time?
So that's the reason that I was able to do that. It was due to someone being injured. I don't know. I don't think I'm taking Zeddy's spot. I don't think I'm taking Lyle's spot, and I don't think I'm taking Rob's spot. So unless something changes, I'll probably see me in the net most of the time.
Starters have been selected. It's time to choose the reserves.
And these reserve players were voted on by their peers, so super important. Grant, who are you picking first?
I don't want to go against this guy. I had to do it in training camp a lot. So Graham Hosick, definitely probably the best defender in the league. Definitely need him on my side.
And your personal bodyguard.
That as well.
Blaze?
Sticking in-house here. Defenders, going with my man Jack Rowlett, the cause turnover king.
Love it. All right, now we'll go two at a time. So Grant, next two.
Need our rope unit. So Rat, Dominique.
A lot of orange on the board.
Little archers heavy up top.
Question on the broadcast side, should we mic up Dominique for the All-Star game, Grant?
I think it would be a mistake not to.
Blaze, who's your next two?
Yep, so I'm gonna go, we needed a lefty attackman, so I'm gonna go with my boy Burnsy, and then the guy that just got me sponsored by Cadoba, Jake Vaccaro.
Grant, who's up next?
Sticking with the orange.
Wow.
Bones at the face-off X.
Greatest teammate ever.
And the goalie with the most points in professional lacrosse history, Adam Gittleman. Would be shocked if he doesn't cross the midline.
Oh, for sure. He's definitely going to. Blaze?
Yep, so staying, as Kendrick would say, loyalty. I'm staying with my boy Dane. And then, you know, most important position in the game right here. Gotta have good goalie. Going with my boy Kyle.
Love it. All right, so we have a good mixture of positions here. Grant, who are we going with next?
I am gonna. I've played against this guy a lot. Have a lot of respect for him. Be another good guy to have on the roster. He can definitely score some goals.
Question for you, Grant. You played your first season in the PLL last year. What have you seen from Jeff in his rookie year?
I mean, Jeff's just one of those guys. He just has such a natural feel for the game. He's just always impressed me. You know, whether he's playing in the World Games, whether he's playing indoor or outdoor, doesn't really seem to matter. So a lot of respect for him.
I believe you get one more pick.
And then on top of that, I'm going to choose Zach Courier. He's a guy that can kind of do it all. I mean, his stat lines are pretty insane how much of an impact that he can have on a game.
First water dog off the board. Blaze, who
Yep.
you got?
Gonna stay with the Whip Snakes, build a little team chemistry. I'm gonna go with Nardella
Love it.
to help TD at the X, and then I'm also gonna go with arguably the ground ball king, Michael Earhart.
Love it. Grant?
Last two.
Yes, last two.
Let's do one. Let's make it interesting. See what
All
the
right,
last
let's do
pick.
one.
All right,
Let's
switch
go
it up.
one.
I am going to go Zach Goodrich. I lost to that guy when I was a sophomore in college, Towson. He does insane things as a short stick D mid and covers most guys like the pole does.
Yep, for me, obviously short stick D midi position is one of the toughest. We're playing against this guy today, so I'm gonna have to go with Jake Bernhardt.
Very nice. All right, Grant, final pick. Who you got?
I got Mikey Schlosser, kind of a do-it-all guy. Again, another guy who I've played against when he played at Michigan, so he always definitely was on our scouting report, so it'll be nice to be wearing the same colors as him.
And last but not least,
Hoping this doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. Hopefully this isn't broadcast until after our game today. Got a ton of respect for this guy, but gonna go with Danny Logan, make sure he's hungry and prevent Gittleman from running over and trying to get a shot off on me because I know what's about to come. So.
all right, here are our final All-Star Game rosters. Blaze, how do you feel about yours?
Can't really go wrong either way. A lot of familiar faces on this team, along with you know, some legends and a couple new faces that have really inserted themselves in this league. And you know, to be an all-star your first year in is huge. So I'm excited to get to know these guys, have a ton of fun in San Jose, and definitely defend the crown and come out with a win.
Blaze noticed a lot of Chaos and Whipsnakes players all on your roster right here. Nice little reunion with these guys.
I wouldn't call
Be
it
on the same team for once.
I wouldn't call it a reunion. A lot of friends.
Yes.
A lot of familiar faces. Add a couple legends in there, and then a couple young bucks that have inserted themselves in the league and have done a great job. And with a name like the Defenders, had to go a little defensive heavy. So I'm excited to defend the crown and hopefully come out with a win.
Grant, how are you feeling about your roster?
Pretty good.
A little one-sided there, Grant.
A lot of orange, which I like. Obviously excited to suit up with those guys, but a lot of these guys I've either played with, against, over the years, and just have a lot of respect for them. And at the end of the day, you know, we're just going to try to put in more goals than that.
Great game plan. All right, well, we're excited for the 2021 All-Star Game. Make sure you tune in next Sunday, July 18th on NBCSN to see these two teams battle it out.
The Defenders versus the Adversaries. Blaze, really important question for you before we wrap. Are you going to be defending the dance title that you claimed for yourself at the All-Star Game party the night before?
Back-to-back MVP, you know it. Let's go.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, smash the button down below. And yeah, the next time you'll see us, we'll be at the All-Star Game party and in San Jose for the game on Sunday. We'll see you there.
Bye, guys.
See ya.